Hello YouTube. Today I just wanted to sit down, I just wanted to chat, I wanted to just talk to you. I just want to say, well, hello, how are you? Tonight I asked my friend Declan, I was like, what should I do a vedo about? If I'm running out of ideas, this vedo is going to be a complete flop this whole month. He said future aspirations. There was a point, I think it was grade 12. Well, actually no, it wasn't. It was after grade 12. It was the year after grade 12 that my future aspirations kind of divided. I was very much into orchestral music, film music, everything. A lot of people didn't, and so I was very alone in that group of people. That whole group of people was just me. Primary school through high school, I was very much into film music and stuff. I'd be always looking for soundtracks and I'd be buying soundtracks. Everyone would be asking me, why am I buying soundtracks and stuff? And I'd be like, well, because I like listening to soundtracks and stuff. And so through high school, in primary school I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. Through high school, when I was listening to lots and lots of soundtracks and I was doing music as well, and I did music all the way from grade 8 through to grade 12. I went into music extension. It was like doing music and then music extension on top of it. So it was 2 different music classes that I was doing in grade 12. Through all of high school, I was determined I'm going to become a composer. Before I started YouTube like this, I made a whole bunch of compositions and stuff over on my Tumblr. I'm very, very much proud of those compositions. There's a series of books that I actually started making soundtracks for. This series was called The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel. Apparently the film rights have been sold or whatever, but it's never actually been made into a movie. I started making music for it and posting on Tumblr, and I found a little tiny fandom for this series on Tumblr, and it's still there. I just started making music for it, and a lot of people actually really liked it. And I ended up making a soundtrack, like a fan-made soundtrack for the first book, the second book, and the third book. And I started on the 4th. I got about 7 tracks in, and I kind of have stopped from there on. And let me explain why. Because in grade 12, I was set to become a film composer. I was going to become a film composer of some sort. That was my dream aspiration, and getting into a university of any sort to specialize in composition itself was very, very difficult. A lot of the courses at the different universities, first year you had to play an instrument. I didn't want to go to uni for instruments. I've self-taught myself piano, I play euphonium, I play tuba, a little bit of saxophone, tiny little bit of flute, which I wouldn't remember, a little bit of clarinet, a little tiny fraction bit of guitar, a little bit of cello as well. I started doing a little bit of cello when I was in grade 12. So I've just got these little tiny bits of knowledge about music, but I didn't actually want to go into university for an instrument. I wanted to go in for composing music. There was a specific university that I want to get into. It was called the Queensland Conservatorium of Music, and it was very much a very big challenge to get into because they required AMB, they required so many stuff for you to get into, and I didn't actually do it. In a way, you had to go in for an interview for this kind of thing, and I went in for my interview. I handed over my portfolio. It had a bunch of scores, had music on a CD. I was a nervous wreck, and I was talking to the head of composition, who is a composer, an actual composer who makes music. I didn't have my AMB grades handed in to the desk the week before, which you were supposed to do. You're supposed to hand in your test for AMB, and I didn't do it. And I didn't hand it in, and so I went in for my interview knowing that I wasn't going to get in because I didn't have the AMB. A couple weeks later, I got a letter from them saying I'd been accepted into the Bachelor of Music for majoring in composition. Yeah, it was a very big success for me. And it all changed when I finished school, when I started the first year at uni. If you are a dropout of uni, believe me, it's okay. If you get to uni and you're like, this is not what I wanted to do, it's okay, because when I started uni, I lasted 1 week. I know, the shame. I lasted 1 week. I started on the Monday, and I handed my student ID and all my information in on the following Monday. It was very intense. It literally was not what I was expecting. They call themselves the most prestigious and best music university, and that's what they are. The first whole year after I dropped out, I was blaming it on the university. You gave me this opportunity knowing full well that I hadn't done AMB, which was one of your requirements, and this was your fault. This is your fault. That's why I dropped out. It was all your fault. And now that I look back, it was like, yes, partly that they had accepted me even though I didn't fill all of the criteria, which obviously that criteria was made to separate everybody. I thank the head of composition of that university who accepted me, even though I didn't do the MBB. Obviously, you saw some sort of potential in me, which was wonderful. From 2013 onwards, I didn't have a future aspiration. My aspiration to become a composer went down the drain. I made that music for that book series after uni. I was posting them on Tumblr for people to listen to if they were a fan of the books, and I got a fair amount of reception for it, which was cool. And I suppose tonight, when my friend Declan said, talk about your future aspirations, it makes me wonder, what would have happened if I continued doing that? And if I do that, like, I miss composing. I've still got my composing software on my computer. I don't know. I miss composing. I miss making music of some sort. I'm not a singer. I'm not like any kind of thing. I'm a composer for film. And I miss doing that. Basically, my little advice for you, if you have got into uni this year, I just want to tell you that it's okay if you drop out. It's okay if you don't know what you're doing with your life. No matter how much the teachers or the school hamper down on you saying, what do you want to do with your life? It's okay. You don't have to know. And even if you decide that what you want to do and you get into what you want to do the next year and you don't like it, you can 100% drop out. Don't worry about anybody telling you, saying, you can't do this. This is what you wanted to do. Why would you do this? Don't feel as if you're disappointing somebody else, because I went through that. I went through the shame of disappointing people. I got told that you've missed a great opportunity. I just want to tell you, from me to you, that you can drop out. You don't have to stay with the course that you want to do. If you're not happy in what you're wanting to do, then don't do it. And if somebody tells you, you're a disappointment for dropping out, just tell them, who's the one doing the course? They're not doing the course. No matter how disappointed they are, just remember that you're doing the university course. You're doing the bachelor degree. You're doing the thing that you want to study. It's you that's doing it. And if you're not happy with what you're doing, then don't do it, which is what I did. Yeah. Anyway, happy 4th of October. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!